Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite lizards, the blue-tongued skink. Let me introduce you to my little brother's blue-tongued skink, Gadget. Most people tend to shy away from reptiles such as snakes and lizards. I admit they are not the cutest things to look at. Snakes and lizards can be aggressive and scary. The blue-tongued skink is not one of those lizards. They are, for the most part, calm and slow-moving because of their short legs. Blue-tongued skinks belong to the genus Tiliqua. These animals are found in the wild throughout much of New Guinea in Australia. Blue-tongues usually live in open country with lots of ground cover such as tussocky grasses or leaf litter. They shelter at night among leaf litter and burrows and under large objects underground such as rocks and moss. Early in the morning, blue tongues emerge to bask in sunny areas before looking for food during the warmer parts of the day. Like all reptiles, blue tongues don't produce their own body heat and rely on the warmth of their surroundings to raise their body temperature. Blue tongues maintain a body temperature of about 86 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit when active. During cold weather, they mostly remain inactive, buried deep in their shelter sites, but on sunny days they emerge to bask. Most blue-tongued skinks are bred in captivity. You can purchase them online. Gadget costs $100. In nature, blue-tongued skinks are found in a variety of habitats. Skinks that come from Australia's interior desert are adapted to a harsh desert lifestyle, while those species from more the northern ranges are used in more tropical environments. These creatures are heavy-bodied, short-limbed species with a short, tapered tail. The head is a large and is distinct from the neck, and the face is usually cream to orange in color. At first glance, its head slightly resembles a cobra's head. The body pattern usually consists of lighter bands or blotches on a dark background. Blue tongues can grow to approximately 30 inches in length, including the tail, which is about 12 to 15 centimeters long. You can tell the difference between males and females because males usually have a relatively shorter body, a broader head, and a longer neck than females. These lizards get their name from the broad blue tongue, which is extended during a threat display and constantly flicked out while the lizard is hunting. The only time the skink opens up its mouth and displays its tongue in an intimidating manner is when it feels threatened or scared. When handling a reptile, it is always important to handle it the correct way. The first is probably my favorite. Simply lay the blue tongue across your forearm just so his nose touches your bicep. Then support his backside with your palm. This creates complete security and support for its body. The second way is basically the same idea, except his head and tail are switched. Not cooperating today.
Yeah.
The third way is a method that is easy for moving your blue tongue for shorter distances. Simply lift him from behind and prop him up on your free hand. The one that an owner doesn't do to the skink is pick it up by its tail. The lizard hates this and can easily drop off its own tail. Size, cleanness, creative places to hide and climb are all very important factors to consider. This habitat will be your lizard's permanent home. It needs to have a place where it can roam around as if it were actually in the wild. Skinks can live up to 20 years if taken care of properly. The size of the cage is very important since these lizards can grow fairly large. You will need a 40 to 60 gallon tank. This tank is a 40-gallon tank. Its home shown have a place for it to climb and bask under a heat lamp. As I said before, they also like to burrow. The most popular bedding are aspen and reptile bark. The one we choose is the reptile bark. The skink's domain should also have a place to hold food and water. The cage should have a hot side and a cool side. The hot side should be at a temperature of 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And the cold side should be at a temperature of 75 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. You will need 2 reptile lamps, 100 watts, to accomplish this. The bedding should be changed at least every 2 months. Blue-tongued skinks are omnivores just like us humans. Blue tongues use what they call a 50 by 40 by 10 system. 50% of their diet should consist of vegetables and greens, 40% meat, mice, and insects, and 10% fruit. Skinks consume all kinds of greens, including colored and mustard greens. They will eat most vegetables, including spaghetti, squash, butternut squash, and zucchini. They love blueberries, strawberries, and apples. The meat portion is easily available in canned dog food containing beef or chicken, no fish. They also like to eat dead crickets and mealworms. Until you reach 1 year of age, they should be fed daily. After 1 year, they can be fed every other day. These lizards aren't hard to take care of at all, as long as you have done the research. They like to be held and are sociable. The blue-tongued skink is comparable to a dog or a cat when it comes to having a pet. Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you.